The so-called Hebrew Israelites are currently going viral across Europe. They march through the streets, quote Bible verses loudly and confront both Christians and non-Christians, claiming that Jesus Christ was a black man and that only a specific group of people can be saved. Yet, in the end, they do not confess that Jesus Christ is God himself.
What we believe in, right? So if you look at this sign right here, we believe that the people on the sign are the 12 tribes of Israel, and they are the Most High chosen people.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but what I heard you just say a second ago is that any other race other than Hispanic people and African American people were not made in the image of God, were made in the image of Satan.
Yes.
King! What color is he? What color is he? What color?
This side. So why do I believe this is a cult, and how can we prove that biblically? Let's take a closer look. First of all, their message and appearance. They appear religious and zealous. They speak about repentance, the law of God, and call themselves the true Israelites. But their doctrine stands in clear opposition to the gospel of Jesus Christ. They teach that only Israelites, meaning themselves, can be saved, and that keeping the law is necessary for salvation. But what does the Bible actually say? If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is the Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For my opinion, the Bible at this point is very clear. When someone claims that salvation depends on keeping the law, they are indirectly saying, Jesus, what you did on the cross was not enough. But Hebrews chapter 10 verse 14 says, for by a single offering he has perfected for all time those who are being sanctified. And Galatians chapter 5 verse 1 reminds us, it is for freedom that Jesus Christ has set us free. Stand firm then and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Paul also warns in Colossians chapter 2 verse 8, see to it that no one takes you captive through hollow and deceptive philosophy which depends on human tradition rather than on Christ. In other words, human teachings that sound spiritual but distort the gospel are dangerous. The Hebrew Israelite movement preaches another gospel, one that replaces grace with law, unity with division, and humility with pride. The Bible calls such teaching deception. Do not be led astray, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and they will deceive many. Luke chapter 21 verse 8. Stay firm in your faith in Jesus Christ, the Son of God, God himself, who died and rose again for us.